Hi friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Look, can you guys see Race? Look how big he's gotten. Like, he's gotten so big. So I guess he would be like 8 months now. For, if you remember, we found him in November. He's like 75 pounds now. Isn't that crazy? I know I haven't shown you guys Reese in a while, or Raina in a while either. I need to do that. We've got her DNA test going. What?
My dog has glitter on it. What's up?
I didn't put glitter on your dog.
My dog has blue glitter on it.
I, probably from being on the back porch, I did not put glitter on your dog. All right, so if this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping in. I'm Lorenda, and thank you for being here. All right, so today we're gonna talk about Pro-Marine Epoxy. And listen, not throwing any shade to Pro-Marine Epoxy. However, I'm gonna tell you why as a craft epoxy, I no longer use it. I'm gonna show you why. So the Pro-Marine Epoxy has some really, really good things about it. So it gets minimum bubbles. It really cures super even, super easy, super well. And it is very forgiving when you're mixing it. Very forgiving. And the other epoxy that I've been using is the Hippie Crafter epoxy. Not nearly as forgiving. I've messed up several tumblers to a point of like they're gonna have to be either stripped or just discarded because, and I'm super careful when I'm mixing, but so not nearly as forgiving, not nearly, like, it definitely gets more bubbles, but they are easy to get rid of. So, however, it's the main difference that does it for me. Now, I did also order some epoxy from Glitter Chip. I haven't used it yet. I just don't like to have a whole bunch of different products open at one time. I just feel like it leaves room for, you know, too much error or issue. So when I try that, I will show it to you. And I've had really good luck. You know, the Glitter Chip is really the main glitter that I use. I've had really good luck with their products. Now, I love Pro-Marine. I know a lot of people love Pro-Marine. I use it for a long time and I was really happy using it. However, so I have this little box right here and I've been putting stuff in it and I set it to the side just to see. And the yellowing of the epoxy is so bad. Now this isn't even stuff that's been outside. And I started this after I did the trial of the Hippie Crafter epoxy and realized how clear it was and left a piece outside and realized that it didn't yellow. And so I just needed to try this. So this is a whole like mix of stuff, but I know what I did what with, right? So like these were Hippie Crafter and they still look good. Still look good. The funny thing is though, I will tell you that the UV resin that I've been using actually makes these harder than the epoxy does. So, I mean, this one's pretty hard with the epoxy, this one, but anyways, that's not what we're here for. So look, these are still nice and clear. These look good. These, even though these are yellow, let's see, I'm hoping that you'll be able to tell in the picture here, but these are yellow, so it's a little bit easier to get away with, but in real view, you can tell that the epoxy has turned yellow. I'll give you some better examples, but I want to show you some that you would think it wouldn't even imagine. So this one, and the thing is, like, I put so much work into these. Now these ones that are like in yellow color, I can still like use, give away, and you know, they'll be fine. But this did turn yellow. It's a little bit harder to see because it's got a yellow background, but that's what allows me to still be able to use it. Let's see, like this one. Well, it's not as easy to see actually on camera, but it's so funny. The camera kind of takes it away. But let me tell you, this is actually yellowed. It's yellowed. All right, this is Hippie Crafter, and you see, I mean, like, it is super clear. Now, if I put these together, you could probably see, because I want you to look over the white. See, because the majority of it is yellow, like, I can get away with it, but look on, like, the ice cubes, and look on the white here. Like, you can see the difference in the clarity. Like, look how clear this is, and these are about the same old. Because I made some of these to give away, and then I ended up making a few extras, and I made them at the same time. So I, you know, when I was doing the video, I, you know, did them separate at the same time. But look at the difference. Can you see how yellow that is? And in person, it's really yellow. So, like these, can you see that? Let me. Okay, so this was done with the Hippie Crafter. You see how clear that is? And then can you see up there in the lettering? There's definitely a big difference. And that's when I started noticing it, when I started using that Hippie Crafter and realized how clear it was. And it doesn't seem to take that long for this to turn yellow, because look, I mean, there is a huge difference. Now, if I was just showing you this, you might not notice, right? But in person, you can realize it. But then when you put something that's clear up against it, like, look at that. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, the Promarine epoxy did me well, and I don't want to be ugly about it because there's a lot of pros to it. But, you know, if you're selling product, like, I don't know, I just don't want any of you guys to sell something to somebody and then get a bad reputation because you come back later and it's turned yellow, you know, like, that sucks. Let's see. So, like, even this one, you know, I hate it because it's so pretty, but it's got yellow to it. Now, the thing that's interesting with this one, this bow, because I sometimes do bows separately and put them down and put them away if I'm doing something in my mold that doesn't need a bow. So look at the difference. The bow is done with Hippie Crafter, and the rest of it is done with Promarine. Same color glitter, but can you see, like, the difference? And And I think just having, you know, as an art resin, using a resin that does not yellow is just important, you know? So this one, it's hard to tell in here, but it really is like yellowed. Let me find one that's not yellow. So you can you can see like how on top of that, like it's just not as clear as it was. Like this was one of my favorites. This is a good one for you to really be able to see, because this was just really one of my favorites. This is the one, listen, I'm gonna put this video in the description. Just if you haven't seen it, go back and look at it, because so this right here, these waves, look how realistic those waves are. Aren't they cool looking? I did those with toilet paper. And I saw it, I took it from a guy that does like model train crafting. I saw a video of his, and then I went back to try and find him so I could tell you guys his name, and I just couldn't find it again. But yeah, with toilet paper. So I'll add the video in case you didn't see it, because it is actually really cool. But those waves used to be white. Do you see how yellow they are? And you can see the vinyl, even though there's yellowing over the vinyl's so white that you can still tell. But like, look at the difference. And you know, when I spend like a lot of time on things, like it's really like sort of sad and upsetting that to see it turn yellow, you know? So it's just crazy. Now, I feel like for this one, the yellow, you know, sort of works because of it being like the whole beach thing. But, you know, still, like, you don't want your products to yellow. Look at, it's such a difference. And again, like, I feel bad. I don't want to like throw shade at my, at Pro Marine, but you know, I don't want you guys to get like bad raps from people because your products turn yellow. Like, look at this, like these were bright white. You know what, let me go and get one of these that's not under the epoxy, that's not been used, and I can show you. Hold on. So can you see the difference? Like, the letters here are white, and the letters here, yeah, they're white, but they've got this yellow tinge over them. And you know, it looks a lot more in person than it even does on camera. And, you know, I know that it's not like, you know, bright, like liver damage yellow, but it's still yellow, you know? It's that subtle yellow. So then, and I think these aren't that old, so, you know, over even more time, how yellow is it gonna get? And like these are really bad. This was white like this. So like, you know, it's a lot of wasted product that like I can't use. you know, like these. Again, another one. Look, that one's even worse. Sorry, I'm trying to make it focus. You know, so, I mean, it sucks because, you know, it's a lot of product that he's cute. This one's glow in the dark, that's why it looks yellow. Like even this one, you know, a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. You know, it's got this orange and gold, so it makes it so it's not as noticeable, but it does have a yellowing to the epoxy. When you put glitter in them, they're just not as bad. Look how yellow this one is. Look at that. It's crazy. So anyways, that's, see, this one's still nice and clear. Look how nice and clear that is. So if I had used, like on these, I just happened to use the Hippie Crafter. If I had used the Pro Marine on these, they'd be yellow. And so now, like, I feel bad for all, like, these clear ones that I've given away that I did Pro Marine on. Like, I bet you they're super yellow looking. And that makes me sad. So, anyways, listen, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you guys. And see, look, you could see the yellowing on this one. I mean, I know it's got a lot of color in it, but it's still like, I guess it's hard to see in the light, but it is definitely yellowing. And it makes me sad because, you know, some of these were a whole lot of work, you know? And then you gotta, they're no good. Oh, this one is, fortunately, but, and I think, like, how many of them I've given away that, you know, turn yellow. This one, fortunately, like, because it's got the orange and stuff glitter in there, you can't, it won't, doesn't really show the yellow too much, so that's good. But, yeah, anyways, like, makes me sad. All right, well, listen, I hope that it was helpful. And again, no shade to the Pro Marine epoxy. And like I said, I mean, honestly, it did me well while I was using it, and I truly loved it. It's just realizing, when you start to realize that, you know, it makes your product yellow over time, that's no bueno. So, all right, listen, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. And I will see you later, friends. Bye.